All right, excellent. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. It's magic time. It's Tuesday. You know how it is. And today we have a unique cube to take a look at. Howdy, howdy. I guess I put a space in front of it, but that's all. There's I saw it spelled three different ways. Anyway, and by spelled, I mean spelling was the same, but like all caps for the first bit. And welcome. Today we are going to be playing with Andrea Mengucci's Mengu cube, which is a cube that basically takes the vintage cube and says, "Hey, when we drafted this cube, there's always these leftover pieces of garbage of like Honor of the Pier and stuff that like nobody wants. Nobody wants any of these. Nobody ever wants any of these. So, what if we just make an honest version of the cube? So, it shifts color balance so that we're going to be seeing more artifacts and blue cards and less large white creatures and like poor red aggression. There's still going to be red aggression. I mean, poor red aggression. The card that gets called out in the article is Burst Lightning. Uh, but yeah, so uh, yeah, this is going to be a like again like Vintage Cube, but we'll see where it goes. It has more like it compared to Vintage Cube. It has more kind of weird power combos in it. We'll be seeing some cards we generally haven't seen in Cube, but not because they're because they just haven't been in. We'll also be seeing just a lot of good artifacts hanging out. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited. So it'll be more like vintage power level stuff. So let's go ahead and take a look. So Mengu Cube, Phantom Draft League, that is where we want to be. Yeah, if you want more details on the cube, thank you, Psych, for posting that link. You can check out that specific article. Um, that will give you more ideas of what this actually is talking about. Yes, hello, hello, everybody. Glad to see you all here. So yeah, let's Phantom Draft League. So I appreciate it a lot, Psych. So isn't Mengucci Italian, not French? Pretty sure on that. I'm like 99% you're just making a joke. Like, yeah, Mengucci, yeah. That, like, okay. Anyway, let's jump on in. The way I see it is I want to find. All right, so we've got. This is going to look a lot like uh, a vintage cube. We've got, but with cards that are trying to play to a couple different archetypes. So we got Exhume. We have Reanimator stuff. Still have Trigon Predator hanging out as our cool card. Palancron for infinites. Chain Lightning for aggressive red. Actual Necro's back around here. That got cut a while back. Uh, I guess if they balance it so that blue and black are the more heavier colors. Um, This is an infinite mana outlet, I think, is part of the idea. Because Kenrith, I don't know if you've ever played with Kenrith. Kenrith's dumb as hell. Like, this card's incredibly stupid. I feel like to not pick, like, there's nothing in here that immediately screams this is an incredible direction to go, which tells me let's pick up some lands and roll on. Because we're going to be seeing blue, we're going to be seeing something, I'm sure. Wow, we sure aren't seeing a lot of. We're that is the way of random packs, I suppose. We got Recurring Nightmare. That's always a strong thing. I know we just passed the Survival. White basically works as either a aggro tool, a pretty strong aggro tool, support for a control deck, which is why you see Teferi, or there's like a blinking deck that sits in here as well. Boy, World Spine Worm. I'm kind of debating on this Recurring Nightmare anyway, and seeing if that goes well. Recurring Nightmare is always a really good one, and there's like bound to be some things we want to reanimate with it. I don't see too much else in here that I'd want other than like Breeding Pool. Solemn, obviously. I don't have a direction yet. Breeding Pool Greed is good. Okay, what a river is this? This is the red. Okay. Git Probe. Everybody loves a Git Probe. V-Click. Worm Coil. Show and tell. Here we're seeing a little bit more of the blue stuff going on. Git Probe is always real. And that's. Is it? Is it? I don't know these by name. So. Worm Coil with Nightmare is always going to be a big thing. Master of the Wild Hunt has a billion lines of text. It makes a 2-2 every turn. You can have your 2-2s fight a creature. I'm between Git Probe and like Worm Coil here. I think Worm Coil is obviously very, very strong here. F. Let's try to get this Recurring Nightmare stuff going. Maybe we can get some like artifact mana business, or even like a Citadel Channel. Huh. Now I don't hate that direction. We passed up a couple duels that would make this easier. Sadly, both Overgrown Tomb and Breeding Pool are gone, but we might be able to find some more stuff for Shackles. Bolas Citadel is also really good. I kind of like the idea of going with Channel here, especially because we picked the Worm Coil. These packs are incredibly powerful. There could have been 3 things that were better than Channel in here. I can name at least 24 cards I would pick over Channel. Thought Not Seer? Oh my goodness. Yo, Thought Not Seer's in here. Oh. The first 5 are named Moxes. The 6th is Lotus. There are a lot of blue cards I would pick over it. And also, if it was like pick 2 or 3 and I was a little more committed outside, I might go with something different. Okay. All right. Okay. E-Witness with Recurring Nightmare. Thought Not Seer with like a Channel Worm Coil business. Can I get Thought Not to work? I love this card. Yeah, that's a weird. Okay, Simic Signet, you are beautiful, and I love you. We're seeing Hero Blade Hold is one of the best white threats in my mind. This is a card that ends the game so fast. You love to see it. This is just 2 on color right now. Obviously, we don't have any blue cards yet, but like, come on. Gem Razor here is actually really good because the 4/4 body's huge. You can have any like mana dork pick it up that isn't named like I think Noble Hierarch's a human, if I remember right. So that can't mutate because mutate has hidden text. But there's always artifacts to kill. Through the Breach is also another good plan. Ren and 6 tends to be strong. Sword War and Peace, Once Upon a Time. What is this? Creature or land? Creature or land. Okay. I don't hate Once Upon a Time. Like, that one is really, really, Bowls is also just nice. Lantern does let us have full fixing for any color that isn't Thought-Knot Seer colors. Though I think this is actually going to be really good. Once Upon a Time was very powerful. Slaver, Stormcaller, Harmonize, Repeal. Bell Ringer is a infinite with Kiki effects. Usher keeps showing up because it's a 1-drop that has 2 power and an effect that you never use. And Recruiter is also a good card for like the Kiki decks. Thinking about this Stormcaller because there tends to be good spells for it in the cube. Like Harmonize is also an option here, but like I feel like blue is gonna. Okay, Survival back. So we have Survival Recurring Nightmare, but like now my deck has morphed in a weird direction. I don't know if that's what we're doing anymore. Look, I can count on. I've played like that Usher like a ton of times. I think I've made that 1/1 token like 3. Like that card doesn't do it. Love me some Garrick. Do I love it more than Survival? Maybe I do. I think I do. I'm sorry, Survival. I'm sorry, Survival. I think I'm changing off of you and moving into a different. I'm moving into a different idea. This is not the one I want. Um. Okay, I'm gonna put these 4 in the sideboard for the Mo. So we have Channel. I need some more payoffs for Channel. And I want a couple more 1-drop ramp bits. And I would like blue to be a little more real here. If I see, well, okay. Yeah, that's a pick, huh? Um, what do I want out of here? Golos is fine. Workshop could be fine. Um, Power Stone is fine. Fae of Wishes is fine. And Epiphany is also really good. Palace Jailer is really good, but we're not really in white. So Lotus is really, really good about with the channel, obviously. I want an Eldrazi. I want like an Emrakul or something to that effect. Cradle? Huh. We passed for Fellows, which I actually think, like looking back, looks like a little bit of a mistake here. We ended up near mono green. I don't think I can pass up Cradle, and I think we can start fixing for it right now. We don't have a lot of mana. We don't have any 1-drop mana dorks yet, but we can easily get some of those. Metamorph Scoos, Signet. Narset's a little bit too blue for what I want here. Tarka, which one are you? Okay, Harbor. Wow. Okay. Well, probably want to grab one of my elves here. Which one? Hmm. Hmm. This is nice because it might have something for us on the wheel. If we can get like Visionary back, I'd be happy. Hinterland Harbor, I don't think I'll make it back. Um, Findorn elves. The backside of this is literally casting like Oath, but like you don't have to do any work for it, which is why it's very good in here. Like if you can cast that backside, you start winning the game next turn. Um, we're almost monocolored, and I like the Wasteland, especially as a way to actually make Thought-Knot Seer playable. Fractured Identity is really powerful. Some really good black in here. Always love me some Wasteland. You're gonna hate Search. We're not really an Omnath. We don't have enough going on there for that. We need some more top end. Again, I need some Eldrazi things to go into. Things like that nature. Give me that CMC again. Cryptic Moldrifter, huh? You're always good friends. Juriel, what do you do? Oh, you're actually pretty good. I don't have good ways to trigger Joriel, so I don't think that's the pick. I'm either grabbing Moldrifter or Cryptic out of this. The fetches are a little bit too focused on a color I'm not looking like I want to play here. Moldrifter's more realistic. Dynamo. This Karn. Again, I'm not sure how big I need to go with the Dynamo. We don't have any payoffs for huge yet. That's a problem with this deck. Building toward huge, we're not getting huge yet. So, it's a good Karn. What's more artifacts than just being like a draw? I might go for big and try to get some more payoffs for big. Sort of Body and Mind. Excavator with a Wasteland. Don't hate either of those. Sort of Body and Mind can end a game really quickly. Just throw it on a mana dork, call it good. Can also lose game really quickly. Trinket Mage for Lotus. Huh. With the sword. Power Stone and Questing Beast. Like, I don't actually know if this deck is blue, is the trick. I'm picking a couple blue cards, but we don't have anything that makes me play blue, right? Like, Power Stone, Questing Beast. Questing Beast gets through like 5 million things. I think I can trust this card to do some work. Excuse. Colonial Oracle. Excuse. This card's real. This card's always real. Harbor made it, nothing else did. I'll take the Harbor again in case we actually do use it. We are not playing anything out of this. We could technically play Thrun. Okay. I need a big Eldrazi. That's a missing piece here. I think Kozilek was in pack 1. There's still, what, 2 Ulamogs, like, second Emrakul, even if that was in there. Like, there's enough. Vorinclex? Oh. Vorinclex can get the job done. Like that. Fast Bond, I just don't see what we're doing with it. If I'd picked up that from Graveyard Liker, uh, I'm having a lot of haste in this deck. I like that. Yeah, I think I'm better with this than Sylvan Curiosity. I don't like Fast Bond when we don't have a payoff for it. Might be wrong in that assessment, but that is how I always feel about it. Like me, a Sylvan Library, that card's always good. This card sucks ass, and I hate seeing it. Channel Staff, that, I think draws you 2 cards before you die. I am not worrying about Kitchen Finks when Sylvan Library is sitting right here in the pack, but I'll note it on the wheel if it comes back. My problem, I feel, isn't going to be like living. It's going to be actually having enough of a aggressive presence. Again, we don't have enough like the main crux of the deck I want is more mana dorks, but there's somebody else at the table that did drop the Raphaelos we picked, and they might be right next to us, which is kind of the issue we're running into. Factory, Talisman, Edric, Walkie Bee, um, Channel Ballista's like a fireball. Probably fine with that. Talisman's the other card I like in here. Factory's also pretty good. Edric would be better if we actually had 1-drops. Again, we need some... Okay. There's an Emrakul. This is the hand them an extra turn and fuck with them one. That'll do. Yeah, we can channel into that. That'll work just fine. Other cards in here I want? None. Mox. Chromox, I think, is my least favorite Mox. It's either that or Mox Diamond. Of like the main Moxes you think of when you hear Mox. Hey, Llanowar Elf. Crucible is fine with Wasteland, but I'm sure as hell not passing Emrakul here. Like, that's, yes, that is fine, but I don't get to pick 2 cards in the pack. So, I won't. Thought Not Seer might not be big in the deck because I don't know enough ways to generate colorless. This is always a big ramp deck the moment we draft a channel. Problem was getting it to this way has not been easy. Metalworker is not sadly where we are. We do not have enough metalworking for that. Beast Within's just fine. I don't disparage it, but it's fine. Yeah, nothing really else in here. Again, the problem is there's another player at this table who's very clearly in the mono green deck, and we are being passed through them because we passed up that Raphaelos. I'm fine with top. Hey, Days. How you doing? Garrick Relentless, Spyglass, Stoneforge the Maul. I'll take this Garrick. We're not going into this, obviously. Runescar Demon, how you doing? And then nothing, which is what we're going to get out of these last few packs, is just kind of blanks. SoFi. I don't even know if I'm playing Sword of Body in Mind. I'm playing Sword of Body in Mind in this deck. Might as well grab the sword. I don't know if the Crucible's making it because we don't have an on-color fetch. Alright. This is a weaker version of a deck we've played in the past, but with a few different directions that make it unique. For one, just having a Lotus is something, but let's get out anything that isn't on plan. And then y'all are over here. If I want to play Thought-Knot Seer, I could put in Port with the Wasteland and the Factory. Like, that actually might be enough. Master of the Wild Hunt is kind of garbage. Crucible with no fetches is not where I want to be. Thrun is something I'm not really excited about. Well, if we're playing both swords, Thrun is better. I don't know if this Dynamo is worth anything. 3 to 7 isn't any real ramp this deck's doing. Like, at all. Like, 4 to 6 is fine, but like Garrick Wildspeaker, I'm gonna take out the Dynamo. And then, how do I feel about including Thought-Knot Seer in a deck with 3 ways to pay for it? 3. 3. 3. Yeah, I'm just checking. I was checking cards like 4 if I count channel. Joriel kind of sucks in here. What does Joriel do? Whenever you draw a second card on your turn, make a cat, and then you can make your team make all the cards in hand. Joriel is pretty weak without Sylvan Library, and is pretty strong with Sylvan Library. By pretty weak, I mean as a Squire. The only cards that activate Joriel in the deck are top, library, sort of body and mind, end of list. Sorry, not body and mind, fire and ice. Body and mind doesn't do it. Yeah, top can make cats. It's basically like 1 mana for a cat. Hmm. Well, both the Garricks are okay. I mean, Garrick Wildspeaker is very good. Garrick Relentless, not so much. Once Upon a Time is just fine in this deck. Relentless is really weird with Vorinclex on the table. Yeah, I'm thinking about the swords as well. I could side in the SoFi, but that also makes Joriel worse. I kind of want Joriel in here as just cheap creatures because both to carry the sword and for Cradle. I did not end up with enough 1 mana dorks. I need like 2 more for me to be happy with how many we have. Search for Mara's fake mana dork, because that's like half a one. Yeah, okay, okay. So the Thought Not Seer is a little suspect in here. There's only three sources. We can't search them anyway outside of Once Upon a Time, sort of. Everything else searches basics or forests. Like our top end isn't the greatest. Emma Cruel's kind of cool. I guess let's see where this goes. Wish I had more artifact hate, actually. We have what, Beast Within and End of Line? Is that really it? Damn. I have this funny mana control bit to my deck where it's like Wasteland and Rishdan Port. I'm like reasonable on this deck. Obviously, it's a deck with a Lotus Channel. So, like, oh, this deck can't double white. Like, the white was way too. We didn't end up in that color. Uh, think the best thing this deck can do is probably like turn one out Emrakul with a Thought Knot Seer backup. Yeah, maybe I don't actually. I'd probably spend like 13 on it and go to town. Because like a 13/13 that also lets me see my entire opponent's hand and fuck with them is pretty good enough. Yes, I'd like to play first. Yeah, this looks fine. Turn on Elf, turn to Nissa. Or Rishdan Port our opponent and suspend search. What the fuck? Oh no. I don't think I've seen an opponent on an MTGO ever play Bizarre, so that scares the shit out of me. Alright. I've seen this in Vintage Cube all the time, but in Vintage Cube it's not good enough. Wormcoil Grizzlebrand Mind Twist. Alright. Pedal. You got it. Reanimate targeting Grizzlebrand. Yep. Alright, your deck's a little stronger than mine. I think our opponent's deck is a little stronger than ours. Not much. Just a little bit. It's fine. Uh huh. Yeah, it's cool. I'm dead, right? Holy smokes. I actually wanted it to be reanimate because if we drew into Emrakul, I could have killed them. Alright. Anyway, alright, so yeah, they're at 20, they have a full hand again. I guess that's the worst they can do to me. Huh. This sucks. Discard the Illushnorn. Oh. Okay. I don't think playing Nissa's right here anymore because Nissa's gonna die. I can't channel into Vorinclex here. I think this is Search for Tomorrow. I can't even port them. I can't Vorinclex them. Vorinclex needs 4 green here. I only have 3. I can channel for colorless only. Now I could channel into it next turn, but I could also like hardcast it pretty easily too. Um, hmm. Again, I don't. Port doesn't matter because porting the Bazaar doesn't do anything, and I can't port the land they play. Port might start mattering next turn. Mimi, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it. We're 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 dying. We're dead. We're extremely dying and dead. Um, this is reanimate Elishnorn, like probably Necromancy flat. I guess Necromancy. Animate dead. Okay. That's why I didn't play Nissa. We have a Scoos in the main, but when your opponent does that Grizzlebrand turn 1, Scoos doesn't really stop that. Anyway. Hmm. Hmm. Thinking based within the Animate Dead or the Elishnorn. Mm-hmm. I'm just here to see more cards at this point. Plains, Putrid Imp. I don't even need the upkeep stop. Okay, nothing in the grid to reanimate. Not that it really matters. They can just tag with Elishnorn for a couple turns and kill us. This will be a 4/4 on an entry. Garrick? Hmm. Don't hate Garrick. We're gonna plus Garrick because Garrick will live if we do this. Because this is -1 power. It's a 3/7 right now. Tap that Gala Shrine. I wonder what the white side of this deck is. Maybe they just rush into like Containment Priest level threats or something like that. Unburial rights wouldn't mean two planes. Unburial rights would mean godless shrine. That's the thing I'm wondering. Like, that's the question. This isn't a like a player splashing white. This is a white black deck. So I want to know what the white is. Like, are we talking like Skyclave? I like, obviously they have like the basically like, what white cards work with the reanimator plan other than just like path swords. Yeah, swords to pathclave apparition, sure. That's probably the actual answer, to be honest. All right, so good news here is that they're not actually doing anything else other than Elish Norn, which is kind of incredible for us. Yeah, hit my face, sure. That's good. We might be able to do some weird, dumb bullshit. Or I could draw a card that dies to Elish Norn again. Hmm. Let's just make Vorinclex. Really don't like make Vorinclex. Of all my lines, that one's the most boring. God, my hand is so dead right now to Elish Norn. Extremely dead to this card. I guess we play a 4/4 blocker and pass? And they probably swords it end step? Well, they don't swords it end step, but they do kill it. I think our win con is monocrypt, but they've been winning the flip a little bit too much. Um, Swords? Yeah, that was we knew that was coming. Like, there are 3 cards you're playing white for. That's one of them. We're still in upkeep and you're doing this? Oh, God. All right. Rotting Regisaur, Mannequin, Toxic Deluge. All right, your hand is really good. I get it. You would have just played Regisaur. That's weird. I must be dead. Profane? I don't know. Profane for 3 isn't enough. Um. All right. We can live for a while like this. God, I could flip Nissa if Elish Norn weren't on the table. I'm dead in some way, right? Like you've been bizarring. Your hand is very good. I don't know how I'm not dead here. Oh, because it's not main phase. Like, how am I not dead? Oh, well. Uh huh. Uh huh. They have to do this actually, Abyss Hunted. Right now, if they do nothing, the Elish Norn represents a threat that kills me in I think 8 turns because of Garrick Minus, and they might die to Monocrypt if they let that happen for too long. I don't know why they let me block this, but I will accept it. I don't like they could have just pathed it, you know. Can they trample? Can they? Sure. Okay, figuring out. Yes, I mean they could have just pathed this. Fine. Um, at least we're not getting mind twisted. Not that my hand is any good. This is actually really nice for us because it means the beast token lives, so we can kind of fight around Elishnorn for a little while. I need to drop beast with them pretty badly. Do you have like a? Oh my god! I refuse that death. I'm gonna die to a 4/4 putrid imp. Well, yeah, like they have to kill us. They can't just like play the long game with the Elishnorn because again, I can just make beasts. All right, you've figured out the way to kill me. Ashen Rider. Oh my god. All right, this is gonna suck. Um, oof. Do I have anything good to board in? I don't think so. I don't think anything on my sideboard is worthwhile. We have to go off before the deck that did turn 1 Grizzlebrand go. Which, okay, sure. Let's just do it. God, this deck is so stupidly fair. It doesn't. It doesn't. This doesn't compete in like. This looks fine for like. This looks bad in Legacy Cube. Um. This is a turn 3 Garrick. Thrun seems fine against this opponent. This hand is dreadful. Let's go. Okay, they're on a mold of 5. That's good. Thrun is literally the card I see, and that's what makes me think our deck is too fair. It's literally Thrun. Forest. Alright, do you have Path? That's good. Well, here we go. Twist for 3. This looks like Twist for 3. Yo! Oh no, you can reanimate the Worm Coil if you do that now. That's bad. Well, hopefully we kill you first. Can't off colorless. I'm gonna leave up Beast Within in case of a reanimation spell here. Witness picking it up would probably have been better there. Yeah, that's actually pretty true. I'm sitting here thinking anything that can grab it from our yard is gonna have. I hit the crypt here? Or I just hold it? Ooh, I don't know if I like hitting the crypt here because that gives them a discard. Because they'll have 2 cards in hand, they'll get a discard. Is that good? This might be just hold them. This is 2 lands for my board. Or like I lose my board, my creatures in 2 lands. If I get the crypt, now let's leave it. My specific problem is I don't want to give them a discard. No, because a lot of their reanimation we saw was their graveyard only, shallow grave, style stuff. Okay, that gets me back to 3 mana. Yeah, Crypt also is possibly a win con here. Hello, Medibot. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We're in the middle of fighting um, a wizard who did a turn 1 Grizzlebrand on us in game 1. This game, they're just going to hard cast Wormcoil and say go, right? Nope. Um, what do we want to do here? Could witness for Wasteland, hit the Scrubland down, and try to keep working them down that way. Could witness for the Wormcoil so they can't pick it up. Worried about Ailish Norn? They can just hardcast. Okay. Okay, that's good. Next turn, I get to put them to 6. Okay, put them to die to their Mana Crypt. Okay, put them to die to their Mana Crypt. All right, we got a win off it on their Moldify, which I'll take. I'll take those. Those count. You get the W on those. Oof. I have almost no changes that make any sense here. All right. This has Scoos. This has. We might just see a Grizzled Iron on turn 1, so what can we possibly do, right? We'll just. This looks fine because I like Scoos in this matchup a lot. If I can untap with Scoos, we'll be fine. They're on a mold of 6, okay? Oh. Hello. I think I Lotus out Scoos? That forces removal. Alright. If they have path, things like that, shrug, it sucks, but what do you do? Alright. Yeah, what do you do? Let's get Joriel out there. Okay, if there's Imp, so they have a discard outlet now. Probably just hold up Beast Within for the rest of this. Their hand is 3 cards, so they basically only get 1 shot at the reanimation here. The sword is really awkward because obviously milling the reanimator opponent is bad. Perhaps this wanted to be just thinking about it. Drawing a card would have been a lot better here, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, let's put some more pressure on them. Joriel has a sort of mirror entity-ish activation. Turns all your creatures into XX, where X is the number of cards in hand. So we might be able to leverage that as pressure here.
We talking mono big green here?
Oh, I wish. We're talking like a deck that the Legacy Cube will look at and be like, wow, that's way too fair. Against an opponent who turn 1 Grizzlebranded us.
Okay, yeah, that's
so,
fair.
You know, they didn't do it this game. They're on a mold of 6, and we Lotused out Skoos against them, which they pathed. But now we're just sort of, we're all on waiting. We're trying to see what's going on here.
Yeah, I immediately just jumped in here upon being done somewhere else. And, I saw Worm Coil Engine and got excited, was the main thing.
Oh.
You know, mono green and Worm Coil. And
I mean,
then I noticed the Joriel in the Nissa, and okay, hold on, that's nice.
Don't hate that.
That could let you play everything in your hand.
Could. The sword's very bad in this matchup. I should have boarded it to the other sword because Mill 10 against the reanimator opponent is not exactly where I want to be.
And the dog jumping out of it's not incredible either against
like, you know, also a Yogg's Will opponent, you know. I'm gonna pay 6 life for this because I want to leave up Beast Within. I could pay 5 to equip the sword to Worm Coil.
that would make it unreasonably large and very powerful.
And I could like move it around if I don't actually want to hit them with it.
I really like the idea of equipping sword just as a defensive option.
Right, like I don't want this sword. The sword's garbage. Get out of here. The sword is so bad. They have Yogg's Will. Let me, you know. So I'm paying all that life so I can leave up Beast with him as a interrupt, effectively. I need to be able to interrupt certain parts of their turn. All right,
I mean, the
Regisaur.
good news is right now you're making that rotting Regisaur look like garbage on board.
Sure, that revives a creature from your grave. Cool.
Wormcoil is bigger than Grizzlebrand, but also is not flying, so.
Don't hate that. Regisaur means it's very hard for them to actually build any sort of board presence. I think I'm... Their hand was only 2 cards. Their hand must just be reanimation bits. And they're forced to discard to the Regisaur.
Yeah, that is a forced discard. Unless you skip your upkeep somehow. I wish there's a couple of cards that skip your upkeep, right?
Yeah. Howdy. Emerald Cool's not really real here. I actually want to get Nissa flipped. One more land and we flip Nissa. So...
So that's one of the bottom of your library instead of graveyard version of that card. Gotcha.
This card is banned in a number of places. Because
I mean, it's turn 1 if you have it in your, opener. Dig through top 5, grab the best card. That's really good.
Yeah, Emrakul was like 9 there, but the problem is like we were at 5.
Isn't Impulse banned in a couple places? And High Recurring Nightmare. That's
they're
the saddest shit in the world to see to have to get discarded too.
They are going heavy in on these discards. They have to. This again isn't a May. Hey, Top.
Yeah, I think right now what they're doing is they're experiencing what they were hoping would be an upside at first, is currently extremely a downside.
Mm-hmm.
So is this match 1?
This is match 1, game 3.
Yeah. A Mengu cube?
It is basically take the vintage cube, make it more vintage.
Okay, so remove things that are like...
Basically, it was a number of friends who were drafting the vintage cube and went, what's Baneslayer Angel doing in here? Why is Honor of the Pier in the cube? What the fuck?
Ah, gotcha.
And then they decided the answer was, well, I'll fix that. So they did.
Making it have more of a vintage play style and play pattern.
It has 50 white cards and 80 blue cards.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that sounds like vintage.
Oh my God,
actually,
weird.
Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, the fact that there's even 50 white cards is a bit of a stretch for vintage.
We're finally free. So
now that they have nothing, it's time to swing in and
yeah, I'm gonna move the sword and swing in. I have to move the sword. It's very dumb. I cannot hit them with the sword.
Because, like, even though they have nothing in their hand, what if the card that they draw is, in fact, like Yawgmoth's Will, and all of a sudden they have a 20-card hand,
Yep. Alright, I want... And then I want E-Witness for Wasteland.
They have a part... Oh, right, you just want to get the Nissa online, right?
Mm-hmm. And I know the top
Don't
card
have
of
a
my deck.
flyer, so I would warn against that.
If they discard the final card they draw to jump, they'll die on the crackback.
I guess, yeah, fair.
I will allow this. Okay.
Oh, well, okay, they lose. Gotcha.
I have...
They can block at most 4 damage out of this. So this isn't lethal.
Because this card still can block because they don't have Threshold. Wait.
They should have discarded so they could turn on Threshold.
Well, the Threshold says can't block then.
Oh, right. Okay, never mind.
Garruk kills it, and then I hit for 9. Oh, I bring them to 1.
Could play Guruk and kill it.
Yeah, no, like, I have 17 power.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess at the end step, you should have Beast Within your Eat Witness.
2 mana.
Ah, fair.
Joriel activation would be enough. Let's just... I'm thinking too much.
So now Witness, you can actually make this be a draw, huh?
Yes. So I
This
want...
does this target just creatures or is it creatures and lands?
Well, this Nissa just...
Oh, right. Sorry.
This
This
is
is the one that reveals lands, right? Okay. And I'm thinking more of a Garruk ability anyway.
And then I'm doing this to get another cat. Alright, I feel relatively defended.
Against a player with only 1 card in hand?
Look.
It could be Yawgmoth's Will, and it is. So all of a sudden they have the Regisaur back, I think is there.
It's not enough, but like, it always could be Yawgmoth's Will, so...
And it was... And it was, so...
So they get to pass something, they have a Necromancy for my Worm Coil. Yeah, they get to steal...
Ah, Beast Within is destroy. Gross.
Yep.
You need to do 6 extra damage then on the attack.
Lifelink.
And
Yeah,
that's why I'm
yeah,
saying
yeah,
you have to
yeah,
do
yeah,
6
yeah.
extra to eat through the lifeline.
So I need 14 yeah. Alright. Can I kill this if the... Shit. Alright, I need to read Necromancy. Oh my god. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Necromancy enters the battlefield. If it's on, it becomes an... Or put the creature...
It doesn't matter which one you target with the Beast Within, it still creates the 2 tokens. And the token from the Beast Within.
What if I kill it right now?
Oh, good point. Yeah, because it will whiff on the rest of the target, right?
Like... And it's... Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure this is going to cause the effect to whiff, yeah.
I think this should cause the effect to whiff, but like the problem is Necromancy is a novel.
It's a very
and
old
I
card.
am
Yeah.
not 100% certain on the way that it will work.
Necromancy is a novel and rivals.
Okay,
Okay, it does work how we hoped it.
good.
It does rival Chains of Mephistopheles sometimes on weird, you know, flowcharts on what should happen.
Just had to check the entire text on it, basically. Anyway.
Kill the beast and then swing in, and this will kill them.
Yeah.
Because you've got 10 damage coming in.
I activate
damage.
factory, and it's fine. Like, we get the W here. It's hoofa. The mill wording cleans up chains. I can believe that. Alright, so we were able to beat the reanimator opponent when they drew all of their reanimation spells and no targets, thank goodness.
If they had drawn even one target, you would have lost that.
I think we could have dealt with one. Like,
It depends on what the target was.
Beast within interrupt is what I mean. But, like, maybe. Oof, winning that feel okay, again, for your benefit. Turn one on their we went like land Llanowar Elf or Finhorn Elf. They went Bizarre Mana Crypt Mana Petal. And from there, it was just like, hello. Like, here's Grizzlebrand. It's attacking. And like, yeah, that was and we were somehow in that game.
Good to know. That's the good stuff.
Yeah. So, all right, moving on to 2 with our mostly fair mono green deck in the Vintage Cube plus, you know.
Well, it's the Vintage Cube Plus. Vintage Cube Plus was Supreme Vintage, I think.
Okay, true. Yeah, that sounds right. Would you like to play first? Yes, please.
Not bad. This will let you play the quest. I think you can play every card in your hand, right?
We'll get there.
Guy's Cradle forgives a whole lot of mana.
All right, are you me but stronger, or what's up? All right.
Rourke is a ridiculous card for criminals.
There are 3 cards in the deck that can trigger Jor-El.
Jor-El is mostly for the pump, then?
No, it's mostly because it's the 23rd card.
Fair enough.
This deck has problems. All right. Attack for 2. Okay. So next turn.
Next turn, Vorinclex can come down, right? If you want to put all of your mana into it.
Can't. 2, 3, 4, 5. Vorinclex is 6.
Right, okay.
Vorinclex coming down would be nice. We do have some, like, funky, hasty threats, which are pretty good. You know, if our opponent goes for Garrick here, we have Questing Beast is a pretty reasonable response to that, right?
Green hasty threats with 5 years of text on them.
Yeah, one of...
Well, that sucks.
Questing Beast is not enough for against this card. It never is.
Nissa who shakes the world is absurd.
Okay.
So you're gonna beast within her, right? Like,
Probably have to. Which leaves our opponents with a lot of. I could because I could play Questing Beast, but that doesn't kill Nissa. Yeah, they get a lot of creatures out of that. Can I draw like? What am I looking for here? Something to let me Vornclex next turn. That technically does that. Yeah, if I don't take this action, I believe I lose the game, so. Uh.
and if you gotta, if like a
Upkeep
card,
might have been better there. I'm scared
carnal
that.
witness or regrowth happen, you can scooze it away.
Yeah. My worry with upkeep is just them literally having some way to use it. I don't know what, but that's the worry. Our life total is a little low for that, but we'll have to see. At least their mana is a little. So we can get like I actually probably want Questing Beast next turn because it's a like vigilance. Well, no, just Vornclex as a blocker too is fine. I need something to get on the board to keep me from to stem the bleeding right now. Because we're at 14 and they're able to attack for 6 right here. So we are definitely just eating Nissa the moment like end step comes around. Yeah, they would have had 9 mana on their turn minimum. No, 11 mana minimum. Okay. Alright. Goose. Cradle makes that actually real. Um. Can't attack here because we're a little bit too low on life, but we'll slowly be able to resolve that. Lotus off the top is 1 away from casting Emrakul.
If you could somehow for free kill one of your creatures,
Yeah, it would have to be. That is counting it going to yard. Emrakul currently costs 12. We have 7 mana. The Lotus will bring us to 10 mana, lowering the cost to 11.
yeah.
So I would need a creature to die, but if a creature dies, Gaia's Cradle taps for less mana.
So it would have to be after you tap Gaia's Cradle that something has to die, and it would have to be for free.
Yes.
Which I don't think you have any way to do. So
No. Yeah, questing beast is nice that it can actually be aggressive here and start pushing. They can double block it with beast plus forest, but I'd be fine with that outcome, I suppose.
Putting them back at 1 mana and
I do want to set them back mana at this point. This is a player with 4 cards in hand, and they've been, like, ramp deck. I don't want them to be able to slam down, Crater Hoof game ends. They're already at the point where they can slam down 5 or 6s, which are like Primeval Titan. But I can't really do anything about that level of threat. Green Suns for 4.
only for 4 though.
Huh. Okay. Their own questy beast, huh?
Oh, that makes sense.
Sure. I will just trade this with Vorinclex. Yeah. That's fine. This gives Scoos things to eat. It gets rid of the Vorinclex, which is what they wanted, so they clearly must have something that has some counters going around. But I don't have the ability to know.
Well, that would kill you?
Pretty sure that would
Because
kill me. Yeah.
Because so you pay to channel, so let's say tap the guy's cradle to play it. You have 4 mana left available to you. You'd have to pay 7 life out of it.
I would go to I'd go to either 2 or 1. Which is not great.
Oh right, because channel would go to your grave.
Yeah, because channel is a sorcery in the graveyard. Summer Rules 10, we'd be able to we'd go to 2.
Would you then be able to leave up one of your forests to go back up to 3 with Scoos? How much
I think we have to wait 1 turn.
Yeah.
I think I played.
But I think that actually would work. Scoos would get you back up to life parity. Not parity, but you would have played Emrakul at that point.
Yeah.
And that's a cast because you pay for the actual mana cost.
Yeah,
I think that means you'd be able to. You'd sack the food for free. You'd basically kill all of their creatures except for the. They'd actually kill pretty much all of their creatures except for like the Arbor Elf.
Yeah. I think next turn is when we pull the trigger on it. It's a little bit dicey, but right now,
it's definitely dicey, but it could totally pay off.
The thing is here,
like a lot.
The thing is here that right now with questing base down and doing this, I can use Scoos to gain a little bit, have enough blockers to not die here. They don't have the mana to, again, Crater Hoof, which is the obvious problem. So we're safe from like a Crater Hoof play this turn. Or like a Terrastodon level play. The worst case I could see would be like Titan.
That's definitely among the worst, but it's also not one that would kill you immediately before you play Emrakul.
Right, because we play Emrakul and then we attack with Titan and Emrakul, I'm sorry, what the fuck is this?
And you can choose to fail to find with Titan, right? So.
Or my Gaia's Cradle gets destroyed. Huh.
That's a card that mutates into a beast within.
I've never seen that card in my life. All right. Oh.
They played it. They didn't mutate it. Okay.
What?
It does look like it's targeting. Can you respond to the mutate trigger?
No, there's no.
Okay, I guess you can.
You can respond to the
Or
trigger, but you can't respond in between there. That was weird. I don't understand what was going on there. I've never seen mutate on. Like
online.
I can't remember if I've ever seen.
Did they target the food?
Uh-huh.
Are they okay? That might be them
They're
setting up
for
to
a
kill
kill
you next turn.
which they're gonna feel very bad about because we're gonna
go ahead and eat their kill turn. All right, perfect.
yeah.
That is a 6/6, right? Okay.
I probably just have questing beast block this because I don't want to lose. I can't lose the life.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm still gonna take. Oof! I'm gonna take 3 trample. Am I gonna be able to cast Emrakul after this? I'll gain 2. I'll gain.
You'd have to pay with Skoos first.
Cradle can't gain 3 life right now.
Yeah, because we need to. We can gain 2 because you can
2 life.
Yes, which will still let you cast Emrakul.
No, because I'm taking 3 damage from a trampler.
Yeah, but you'll gain 2. Right, you're going to be down 1 mana because you don't have the questing beast on board.
Yes, because Cry's Cradle.
So you need to draw a land.
I think so. I just let this resolve. Real fake cards. All right.
Oh, you should have blocked with the Skoos as well. No, but you want to keep the Skoos around.
That would have died.
Yeah.
Skoos dies, we're in a very bad position.
That means you're in permanent hell territory.
Sure. Oh my god. That's a land.
Because it can cost 0 and it counts as an artifact. Yep.
Yep.
Pay 0 to cast at Walkie Bee, and then Emrakul the Promised End costs 10.
It'll cost 9.
It'll cost 9?
Because channel will be.
Oh, because channel. Right, channel. Right, sorry.
Okay, so channel.
Oh, this is a game that is going to be entirely off of the back of Emrakul.
So if I go for it now, yeah, okay. So I could go to 1, not use the Walkie Bee, or use the Walkie Bee and go to 2. Yeah, pay 10.
If they even sneak one thing past you, if you're at
know.
1, you're dead.
But the thing is, having the Walkie Bee plus Emrakul with them at 14.
Yeah. And maybe going to 1 actually is the move here.
So on their turn, I can eat the land, the beast, and like something else, the goose.
Can't eat the goose. The goose is a 0/2 with flying. You can't block it. Oh, wait. Right. Emrakul as... You'd block the goose, the 0/2 with your 13/13, huh?
I'd think about it.
I think you want to kill the Noble Hierarch. That's one of the ways that they could just sneak through, I think, with the...
I'm gonna hold the ballista and go for greed here.
Yeah.
Because it allows me to win the game on their next turn if I have enough.
This is terrifying to see across the table, by the way. Go to 1.
All right.
They can't block the Scoos right now. Like, I mean, they can, but you would kill something if you attacked with Scoos. They had 0 mana left, except... No, wait, someone carried out a King Cat half for mana. They did it... Yep. No, wait, but they just played it.
Okay, so, Green Suns for 0.
They can't cast either of the other cards.
Yeah,
especially once you destroy their forest and Noble Hierarch.
So we're killing Noble Hierarch, Beast Token, Forest, right?
I think so, yeah. Because you can do that. Joya will block it. The Beast Token and Forest, it doesn't matter who blocks them. It's the same either way. Also, fun that they drew the Green Suns again after playing it earlier.
I can Green Suns for like 2 or 3 and see what's in their deck, but they'll actually be able to cast the Tooth and Nail next turn. No, Goose doesn't tap for mana. Okay. So attack, attack, attack. Block, block, block.
Given we're at 1 life, I don't think any card that could be placed on the board can hurt them more than, you know, not having a card be placed on the board.
We can always fail to find.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I don't think you find something. You just, you know, look at their deck.
Yeah, I don't want another attacker. All right, so what do we got?
Oh, they're slightly off color. They're interesting. I mean, they're just splashing for the red, but still. Nagos, yep, there's the Crater Hoof. You're right. Harmonize, Garuk. We're kind of glad that they had a relatively slow start with all of that, like fast mana, especially Derogatory Speaker.
All right. To you.
Okay, so now they have.
Cool.
All right, and they're not going to do anything else.
And now, because I have the Walking Ballista, we win on this turn.
Makes sense, because you can just shoot them in the face with the leftover. Yeah. Emrakul does have trample, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you can Walkie B for 3. Gotcha.
Holy shit. Okay. I feel like I stole that game that we should not have won.
So far from how I've seen and like watched you play this is going to be every game with this deck.
Yeah. Putting Master of the Wild Hunt in here to eat small shit.
Sobem is really nice in this matchup, I think.
Thoughtnaught's actually really good here too. I don't care about Thrun.
Yeah, having a big blocker guy is not going to be super relevant when they are going to try and win by Crater Hoofing. Or Dragon Lord Tarka, whichever one comes out relevantly.
All right. That one took a lot just because my brain had to fully process all of our moves.
Yeah, and Emrakul mana is complicated to deal with
Yeah.
because
Like,
Delirium's
I'm,
weird.
I'm sure there are a number of you that watch that entire sequence like, God, why didn't you just do the damn thing? It's like, I don't want to fuck it up. I'm at one. Like, they like
Yeah.
exalt, a shitty dork hits me in the face and I die. I'm I'm learning about cards I didn't know exist. A Beast Within Mutator, which is a very funny card to be in Ikoria to me.
Yeah, destroy target permanent in Ikoria.
Well, yeah, non-creature permanent is what it had, so it can't hit.
Oh, non-creature. Okay, so Woodfall Primus,
Yeah,
actually.
I'll bet.
You're up one game and you got top, who cares?
I get to port them.
Nice. Good draw.
Okay. I'm thinking I wait one turn.
Yeah, so you're gonna Thought Not Seer, and what else can you do?
That's Scoos, basically, is it? If I draw another green source.
Thought Not Seer is an interesting card because it's a lot like that. The white one, I can never remember its name, removes a creature and then gives them a spirit, but not the card back. Thought Not Seer is kind of like that.
Yeah. This one, they get a card.
They get a card, but they don't get their card back.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of a replacement, but it's not the same card, and that's pretty cool. Also, relevantly, Thought Not Seer is a 4/4.
Taking four. Yeah. Okay. I figured. If the plan is to use top and skews next turn, why not just use skews this turn and channel? Because, for one, I don't know if I'm going to be using the skews, playing the skews here, like, next turn, because I don't have a third green source. For two, I need the top mana to be able to maybe draw into something like Wormcoil, which would be a lot more relevant to draw than skews. Basically,
Oh, yeah.
I want to try to draw into a more relevant card, is the answer to your question. Like, I feel the top activation is worth way more than playing skews here.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not a random draw, it's a controlled draw.
Oh. Sorry, I'm just imagining having Sylvan Library and top in the same, that's a lot of digging.
Yeah. I'm probably just grabbing a forest and then channeling Thought Not Seer, and it sucks, but alright, one last look.
Search for Tomorrow.
This is effectively me killing Nissa.
Garrick Wildspeaker.
That's not the same as,
Also,
but I will take it.
yeah, that's not exactly the same level of threat, but it is very close because he's got an overrun on him. That's
Yeah.
that is in fact Crater Hoof adjacent.
Okay.
Plus, this can block the questing beast and go back to 0 if we have to.
Yeah, which I will do because I don't want Questing Beast on a board that has a like what I'm working with here. Like I'll be able to like block and then
By the way, extremely same hat in this matchup, right? In this particular, hand of Questing Beast, Garrick, and, the Monophorus and everything. You both started with that in your hand, I think.
yeah. Why not look at the channel mana? Made a mistake. Easy answer that one. Like shrug. I could have gone down to 10 and done that. Yes. Wanted to see what the top was before I cast channel though. Was what my mind was thinking. So
Yeah, because then,
because I want to know if I'm gonna need to spend the life on a worm coil, basically.
yeah.
Like, anyway, this is a block I need to make. I'm sad to give them a card, but like, shrug. This turn I get to Garrick plus library, and that's pretty good. Don't have drawn Nissa. That's pretty bad.
It's a lot of power very, very quickly.
Yeah, I don't like that. Makes the Garrick play really bad now.
They won't block the Questing Beast. They're at 20, so I still think it's what you do, but they're not going to.
Oh, it didn't come into play. So that's good. I don't know why you flipped that here. That's weird. Why did
So
you
they
do
can
that?
block the Questing Beast with it?
You can do that at instant speed.
Yeah.
Like, now this isn't a trick. This is just attacking me for 4. I don't miss the top because I have Sylvan Library in hand. It did its job. Also, I had to grow the ooze on my turn because they're holding Bone Crusher Giant.
Yeah, that's fair.
Bone Crusher is a shock. They also have the red.
They can attack with Whisperwood or the Manifest, but
Yeah.
only for this turn.
Unless the
they'll start swinging
manifest
with...
is.
Okay.
Okay.
That's something you cannot block. Oh, Questing Beast, why couldn't you have Reach as well?
Yeah, hold on, let me read. Fuck. Okay, you know.
That is not a lethal attack.
Technically.
It's not. That you could
Technically.
theoretically... All right, so the moment that their turn comes back around,
Yeah.
you're dead. But
Yeah.
it's technically not a lethal attack.
Yeah, I did not die to it.
Yeah, that's nothing. Okay.
Let's move to 3. Yeah, all right. That's yeah. I cannot beat that level of manifesting. To be fair, I probably wasn't beating the advantage that the Wisp Road was generating, unless we had about 2 turns of them whiffing. Yeah, I just cannot believe Questing Beast was not enough. Need more text, really.
If only it had
If only it
reach.
had more text. All right.
Atarka has proved time and time again that Atarka is enough a lot of the time.
Targa's always an ass kicker.
7/7 flying trampler. Sorry, 8/8 flying trampler.
Uh-huh.
4/7 is what I meant to say.
Look, I Questing Beast to me is very much a card that sort of rolls a new ability when you play it. You know,
Yeah.
today's relevant ability was Death Touch from our opponent. It let the Questing Beast hit up to hit Vornclex. Yes, that's the site I'm thinking of. All right, let's see what today's Questing Beast rolls. Hit the button.
I got protection from instants, Shadow, Changeling, Mentor, and Riot. Creatures with you control with Frenzy 2 have Intimidate. Whenever an opponent draws a card, Questing Beast deals 4 damage to that player. Holy shit. When Questing Beast die, destroy all non-beast creatures you don't control. A quest can have any number of cards called Questing Beast. And when Questing Beast enters the battlefield, it becomes red until end of turn and attacks this turn if able.
I think I have to mulligan this. I don't know. This hand isn't bad. It just doesn't do anything. Tramp.
Play everything except for Channel.
Yeah.
Well, you can't play the Garrick either.
The channel's almost worthless in it. I'd rather it be a forest almost. I'm probably fine with it.
It really does improve upon draws, like in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
In either, more things that you can play or, a forest, and then all of a sudden you can play everything.
Hmm. I can also port to buy us a couple turns. Which is likely what
When they
I'll...
do make another onset, they're gonna make a quest like
Cryptic. Well,
quest or beast or
they
something
made
like that.
they made very cryptic command, right? Remember that one?
Yeah, so they're definitely gonna make a joke about questing beast.
All right. Sure. Damn, I didn't want that. Oh, sweet. It's the only mana dork that doesn't do anything here. We port them.
Oh yeah, so they won't be able to level up. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Smart. They just have a 1/1 this turn.
Thank goodness. Because one of the things we have to do in this match is just buy turns. That's the advantage we need to get, is just buying a little bit of turns.
Multiple dorks is,
Now,
concerning, but
well,
it's not a proof that you're dead.
well, at this point, like, there's nothing.
Ooh. You can play most of your hand now, I think.
I can just go Lotus, Garrick, untap Thought-Knot Seer.
Yeah.
Yeah. That seems really good here.
Be able to accelerate past your opponent is something you need to do.
Yes. So yeah, let's go. I could channel into everything else, but like,
But you have draws that better benefit from channel, and you can
Yeah.
play most of your hand.
I can
right
already
now
play
from
everything
Black
but
Lotus alone.
Scoos. Like,
Yeah.
this doesn't really add anything if I do it that way. So, Garrick. What are we working against?
Land of War Visionary, Bone Crusher Giant, and Gilded Goose. So only men acceleration. The Visionary does draw them a card.
Yeah, I'll take the Visionary and leave the Bone Crusher. They don't currently have a... Oh, they do have a Taiga.
They could play the Bone Crusher's adventure and kill Thought Not Seer by attacking into and losing the Derogatory Speaker. And that would be okay, because that would be like a lot of cards that they just used, and also they lost one of their accelerators.
Yeah, they're just going to level up Tree Speaker. I would take that because it would leave Garrick in play and it would get some creatures in the yard for Scavenger Goose.
Yeah, I'm saying like I think that that would actually be a net benefit for you,
Yeah,
even
I
though
agree.
it causes them to draw a card.
And their draw was Llanowar Elf. Okay, spam the
Goose
board.
is what. Yep.
We want to draw one of our like ways to start popping these. Very clearly what we want here.
I mean, I think the best card in your deck to draw is Emrakul, obviously, because you could just channel into it and then like kick their ass.
Start killing
But,
most of their creatures in combat. 1 moment. That is the neighbor's car alarm, not mine. Okay.
You don't really have a fantastic turn here, but it's at least reasonably.
I'm probably just like,
you know, with Mishra's Factory, you're matching them on board.
I'm probably just making a 3/3.
Yeah. Because Goose doesn't have any targets, yeah, fair.
Yeah, Scoos is just dead to Bone Crusher. We're fine on time, don't worry about it. Like, I'm not gonna not check my damn car over playing a game of Magic. Yeah, you know what? Sure, that's fine. That's really good, actually.
Doesn't even kill it. Like, now they do have to swing past and kill it, but doing so kills one of their mana dorks?
No, it kills their entire board. I mean, oh, sorry, they get to kill it with Goose because of the right. They have
right. Okay,
that's fine. Port. That's fine. Hmm. Yep. Sure.
that's pretty good.
Can't play it.
Well, you could, right?
No.
Because like, oh no, you're one lane short. Okay.
Yeah, I was saying there's nothing here that lets me play that card. But we just Scoos and like.
Yeah, now Scoos is safe, so even though there's nothing for it to eat up and like benefit from life or anything like that,
yeah,
it's still a fine play.
They have no hand, so like we just keep pushing aggressive at them.
Really nice whenever the ramp player just draws all the ramp cards, but none of their actually targets. So
Yep. Oh, whoops. Well, whatever.
yeah, they just drew a land.
It doesn't actually matter that the port there doesn't matter because the
The giant only costs 3 to begin with.
yep. All right, so all I want here is a land to play foreign collects, and that should end things.
Right, it'll be nice.
Certainly.
It's not a land by itself, but it does mean that you can do it next turn. And if ooh, yeah, actually.
Okay, so
Yeah, and now you're in a situation where the only dead card in the deck, as far as I saw, is Emrakul. And even then, like she's actually not that hard to play eventually because you have a lot of card types in your grave now. Artifact, sorcery, in I think instant is once upon a time instant or sorcery.
yep.
I shouldn't distract you. You're in fast play at this point.
We're fine. I wouldn't worry about it. The hell is that?
What relevant morphs are there in red and green that would be vintage playable?
Hermit? That's just gonna be a hermit, right? That's just got to be a hermit. Okay. I don't want Thought Knot dying. That's why Thought Knot's holding back.
Yeah, you don't want to give them a card at all.
We are in a position where like they could just Crater Roof kill me on a draw.
Yeah.
So
Taking 6 because they didn't block the.
Den
They're
Protector?
playing with fire.
Maybe Den Protector.
To pick up the giant and then Den Protector, picking up the giant and then shocking the use.
Sure.
Yeah, they can do that. They've got the goose to sacrifice the food and everything.
Yeah.
Costs 2 to activate, right? Or they're just gonna replay it.
I might eat the food here. Or make a food.
All right, so they have in their hand for when on their turn they're going to shock and then probably
Yeah.
they'd be able to replay it immediately. So all this does is kill Scoos and give them another blocker.
Right. Still good. Because Skoos is very powerful with Foreign Collects down. They can't not almost again, if they drew Crater Roof, then
They can play Crater Hoof. They've got the I think it's
many...
like eight mana.
Oh, that's fine. You want a questing beast to me? That's
And they can still do the shock with that, yeah.
Yeah, so this hits and I'll take the hit. Not gonna well, no point in taking the trade here. The trade's pretty bad because of that +1/+1. You need to kill the Skoos on Your turn. You can't wait.
The moment you untap and have skews available, you have a 4/4 is the thing.
Yeah.
Because
They might actually. Do they need to play Bone Crusher as a blocker here?
they might be thinking about that right now. Yeah.
They're at 5. They can technically go to 8 with Goose. Okay.
All right, so they can't play it as a blocker at this point because they are, yeah.
Yeah. We just push in.
Yeah, they can block everything, but you do have a trampler, a death toucher, and you can swing in for 2 with the Misha's Factory as well. You're thinking that there wasn't a profitable. They would just block with a questing beast, or carry out it. Good point. Yeah.
They just have a block for it. It's not worth pushing. And they might just eat it with questing beast. They have to make some pretty annoying blocks here for them.
Because they have to put something big in front of the Vorinclex specifically.
Yes. And they can't let Warm
Like-
Coil hit them.
Yeah, and if Wormcoil dies, then it becomes 2 separate creatures that can swing past as well, and they'll be at a dangerous life total at that point.
Yep.
So they need to put something that, a chump in front of Wormcoil. They need to put something real in front of Vorinclex, which might be a multiple. Yeah, they might be Carry Out and Dem Protector or something. This is a complicated block, genuinely.
Yeah. Hierarch, maybe? I don't know if they want to give up that +1/+1, but I want their mana dorks off the table is what I want here. I want them to block.
Yeah, you want to remove as many things off the table as possible to prevent Craterhoof killing you. And even then, it's hard to avoid Craterhoof killing you, even if they have only 2 things.
All right. So that's fine.
That's pretty close to... I think that is probably their best available block.
So they get a card.
Maybe sacking the Caryatid, but they don't want to lose the ability to cast Craterhoof if they draw it, is the main thing.
Okay.
That still lets them cast it, yeah.
But they'd be tapped out.
But if they do, they tap out everything. So they only have a, what is it, a 9/9 Craterhoof? Or an 8/8?
A 9/9. It's not enough to kill.
Yeah, all right.
10/10 on attack, but they're dead on the crankback, so.
That Black Lotus was a fantastic draw.
Yes.
Back at the time. That Thought-Knot Seer was a real problem for them the entire game.
Yeah, it only got the Visionary out, but all right, it's Green Suns.
Green Suns you had to pay X+1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is Green Suns, but for a 4?
Yeah, and this is grabbing Hermit.
A 5.
Yep, there's Hermit.
That's for just a bunch of chumps. Makes sense.
Yep.
Well, actually, it can kill Vorinclex, but...
Yes.
Range Hermit. To this day, a really fantastic card.
Factory still can't get in.
I don't think you can prevent Vorinclex dying here, but you can extend the life disparity, at least. You're both on top deck mode.
Yeah,
they can play the Bone Crusher Giant, but...
The reason I keep tapping the Taiga is that'll tap their Caryatid to do so. That's the wrong jump block.
That is definitely the wrong chump blocker. It should just be the hermit, right?
Yes, it
Or one of the
should.
squirrels. Yeah. That's really good for you, at least. It's having them get rid of their exalted mana dork.
Mm-hmm.
There's a genuine chance at this point that they're playing for time as well, and just trying to survive for the full minute.
It's possible.
At one, so there's not. But at the same time, you have a really good position to just keep swinging in over it. Actually, that attack right there, it sounds to me like they are going to be trying to win here.
Okay.
E-Witness back up Vorinclex? You can play him immediately, right? Or no?
Let's go with it anyway.
I guess the alternative is Garrick could give Trample with his overrun, but
The idea is we have a 6-power trampler that
yeah.
we'll get to play with haste next turn.
Yeah, so it's basically actually has roughly the same expected result, I think.
That's the idea. Card in hand.
So they probably should play either whatever they grabbed here, Nissa, that's actually really good for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the land I would have animated.
I just don't care. They're dead.
Why are they tapping out? Oh, right, they're playing
playing
the Crusher Giant, right?
Tap the mana wrong.
They have 3 blockers.
They're dead. Our opponent
They're
is
dead.
dead.
Yeah, they can't prevent the trample and also every other piece of damage. Yeah, they're dead. Oh, also reached the right, it's still a land.
Uh-huh.
Yep, that kills them. They can block 2 of these. They can't even fully block the Vorinclex damage. They're dead.
Yep.
Woo!
All right.
Going back to the saying that it's like you have to steal every game to win. That one is having to steal in a different way, because you were on the front foot that entire game. You were actually defeating their deck there.
Yeah. But I would have been in a much better situation had I not had to spend a minute checking if someone is stealing my car. Luckily, nobody is stealing my car. So
someone probably just like accidentally backed into or touched.
it looks like it was parked sideways. Thank you for all the SM skills. Good. We are here.
I think that game deserves a win.
Oh God! All right. Anyway, round 3.
I'll be right back. I need to go put my food away.
That sounds good. Don't worry, these games can't go that quick. Here we go. Chaz, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it a lot. Oh boy. This hand... it's pretty bad, but our deck... I could mulligan a little bit more aggressively for channel stuff. Oh, sorry about the stop. I didn't mean it. Okay. Maybe we just sort of body and mind out this game. Oh boy, Boros, huh? Yep, here comes the giant. You just play it. Hmm. Wormcoil's incredible in this matchup, then. I think all we need to do is get to Wormcoil mana, and then we'll be okay. They're, like, pretty sizable red, though. And they didn't target. Mountain is red. Yep. Okay. Huh. I don't like attacking Koth because it doesn't do anything. I can kill the giant, that's fine. Let's do this instead. We'll get Koth. I can either kill the giant, attack Koth down to 2, or I can play defensive. I want to try and play defensive here. If they have like a bolt for Garrick, this looks pretty bad. But like, all situations look pretty bad because Witness can't kill Koth before we die. Um. Hmm. This is gonna be tough. Want to draw Lotus? Want to draw? I guess Channel'd be fine. Just get Wormcoil down. Could be worried we might go a little low on that. Sword of Fire Ice looks pretty good in this matchup. So what, like Helix Garrick? Okay, yep, that's fine. You can get. I wonder what. Oof, okay. Let's do this. Do we actually have a Helix? Oh, yep. Alright. We in fact do. Well played. Yeah, this hand was not. Alright, now they've got the ping forever. Well. I finally got there. Alright, let's go. Pro Red Sword seems fine in this matchup. Thrun seems fine. I must swap those out. And then this is a super good questing beast matchup as well. I think we're doing okay in this matchup. We just need to like not have a hand like that. Let's let's mulligan a little bit more aggressively for a little bit more defensive stuff. Yes, I'd like to play first. This looks fine. Hmm. What do we want to bottom here? Channel's going to be really good if we draw anything of note. It's going to be really bad if we don't, but if we don't, we probably aren't winning. Cradle's going to be really awkward in this matchup, I feel, but it's still strong.
Oh my, I just got back. Is this game 2?
Yes.
In which direction?
They're the red-white Boros deck.
Oh, so they kicked your ass.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh. Makes sense.
Yeah, they got a Koth emblem. Sure. Yep, then we do all this stuff. Yes, that's fine. Yes, that's fine. Let's go grab that, cast that.
You play... Yeah, okay. You can't play both Scoos and Library. The timing just doesn't work out.
I'm a library because I want to draw. There's certain like channel targets we want to draw that are really strong.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. This is a pretty good start, actually. All things considered.
hey, Gideon.
Gideon Blackblade, huh?
Yep, and that's gonna give lifelink or vigilance. Probably vigilance to protect Gideon. We'll take 3. That's fine.
Gideon Blackblade is power and toughness equal to loyalty, or is it just power?
Always a 4/4.
Always a 4/4 indestructible. Okay. Prevent all. Okay. Can't do anything during his turn.
Yes. Yeah, so like draw some cards, please. Okay, don't hate it.
Thing can handle Gideon.
Yeah, we probably take that beast with him. And that card's indestructible on their turn. That's fine. Reading's hard. This is still okay.
Which is the more dangerous? They're killing the Scoos over the Nissa. All right. You are kind of far away from flipping Nissa, so that is understandable. The Scoos is an immediate threat, like very quickly.
Okay.
Okay. What do they find?
Maul of the Sky.
All the Skyclaves.
Oh god,
okay.
they are. All right, now they're pushing hard. That's fine. All right. Hopefully we don't have 3 lands on top of our library. Yes, please. Well,
2 lands on top of your library still, but that's normal. We knew that. Oh, oh, what a whiff.
yeah, we are not seeing much here, are we? All right, so I have to do this now, which is pretty annoying and likely to lose us the game anyway, but because they're going to maul the Skyclave and attack us for 5 in the air. So they're going to maul. We take 5. They're gonna have a flying threat.
And they can pretty trivially move the mall as well with Stoneforge.
Surprised it wasn't on the indestructible, however. Because, like, there's no good block on a 3/3. Like, they'll have to discard a card to indestructible this. Or not. Okay. I'm fine getting that off the table. That simplifies the board considerably. Alright. Sylvan Library needs to do some heavy performing right here. We have a problem if we can't deal with evasive creatures.
Okay. It's not a thing that can handle evasive creatures. It does gain you 6 life a turn.
How am I playing it?
Damn it. No matter what you do, it doesn't work, does it?
I can pay for life and die.
Like, you can pay for life and die in 2 different ways. Both of them end up with you paying for life and dying.
Yes.
You're dead in 2 turns anyway, so, like, I guess this is just the realization that you are dead?
Okay. Didn't matter.
Hello, Batterskull.
Completely irrelevant, because even if I could play it, they equip. We got 2 out of this, so that's fine. We are.
That is a very
Hell
sick
yeah.
way of clinching
Hell
the game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. All right, we got 2 wins out of this, which is
Yeah, the fact that you got 2 wins out of that
God.
deck, pretty impressive.
I don't feel like I should have had either of them, to be honest. So I feel pretty good about that outcome. But yeah. Anyway, that was the Mengu Cube, which was a take on the Vintage Cube that pushes to be more built towards the decks that exist in Vintage Cube. So, like, removing a lot of the chaff nobody plays. Anyway, so yeah, thank you all for joining. Thanks, Doc, for jumping on.
Yeah, I just happened to be available at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you everybody for joining. Hope you had fun. If you want to catch more, you can always follow. See when I go live. Subscribe to Cool Skulls and Slimes. Tomorrow is more Final Fantasy 8. I was about to say 14, but that's tonight because there's a patch. Yeah, tomorrow's Final Fantasy 8. We're going to be conducting carbuncle crimes. So look forward to carbuncle crimes. Yeah, so that's going to be it. I'll catch you later. Have a good night, everybody.